What's up, everybody? This is SymphoniaFan64 here, and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy I: Dawn of Souls. Now, in the last part, we beat the ever-loving shit out of Garland. We had the bridge built to reach the northern continent, and we obtained a magical loot from Princess Sarah that we will not be using until closer to the end of the game. So, without further ado, oh, and if you've noticed, as you can see right now, I have grinded a little bit to reach level 8. I forgot to mention that in the previous episode. I highly recommend you level up to level 8 because you will be encountering stronger monsters in the northern continent. So, without further ado, let us continue now. I have been trying to improve my video quality, such as when I'm skipping random battle encounters, so that way I've been trying to get it so that way the video still plays, but I am kind of experiencing a little problems. Every time I do pause the video, I have set my emulator so that it keeps running even while it's inactive. Unfortunately, I have this problem where when it goes inactive, I get no sound at all. Now, I don't know why this is, but as soon as I click onto the window, it's perfectly fine, so yeah. I'm pretty sure it's no big deal. Well, but if anybody knows what's going on, just let me know in the comment section. Alright, so enough rambling on, let's go. Get out of that. So, let us go to the bridge to cross, and there's a random battle, and we get a crazy horse, which I've never showcased off. I gotta remind myself to show you the bestiary. And it's dead. That wasn't so bad. And here we go, we have the prologue theme. Again, the world might fall prey to an ancient evil. And so their quest began. As the four warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. And no, it's not slow like this on it's not slow on this on purpose. This is actually how slow it is. Yes, I am not kidding. And as you can tell, I didn't do any Prince Floss. I thought I milked that in the last part when I beat Garland. Not that I don't like Brental Floss. I like that guy's work. So, now that that's said, we continue up north. Now, up north, as I said, we'll encounter similar enemies, but there are maybe stronger enemies. And here are some goblins. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Kick their asses. As I was saying, we'll encounter more enemies as we continue our trek through this vast land, and more goblins. Okay, so you probably might be wondering what our next quest is. Well, if you remember the guy in town of Cornelia, the guy who was talking that he was from Provoca and that it has come under claim by pirates, that is actually our next destination. But first, we are going to stop up north. And as you can see, there's a cave up here. Oh, and here's some wolves, enemies that I haven't showcased off yet. Alright, time to kill these assholes. I'm not worried. Time to kill all these motherfuckers, 'cause I am the greatest fighter in Final Fantasy. Oh yes, I am Final Fantasy. Oh, okay, not gonna sing anymore. Sorry. Okay, they're out of the way, and we go into this cave, and turns out we are in Victoria's Cave, the most famous area of the first Final Fantasy. And we see a broom here. Huh. So this is what happened to the brooms in Fantasia. Huh. And we can actually talk to it. Frontwards. Words? Shouldn't it be W-A? Nice going, Square Enix. Frontwards, backwards, any way you see. Such a strange spell to swish. Swish-a-ree! And as you can see, they speak this phrase backwards, and that's actually a little button combination. I will show that off when we reach the overworld. Well, but pretty much he's saying B button and select. Swish, swish-a-roo! Then we go through the door. Thump. Ouch! We come across Matoya. My eye! My eye! What about your eye? Thump. Ouch! I can't see a blasted thing without my crystal eye. Oh, where'd you last put it? Who could have stolen it from me? So, as you can see, we have our another quest here. And she says the same thing as she said before. And we find some more treasure chests. We find a potion, another potion, and an antidote. And the brooms say the same thing, so here we have our, well, kind of tie into the quest we're doing. She's lost her crystal eye, and it's up to us to get it. I love this music. It is so awesome and memorable. To the days on the NES. Oh yes, I am filled with nostalgia. Oh, this is the best song in the whole game. It is the best song in the game. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Okay, as you remember what the broom said, if you press B and select, it brings up the map. And here you can pinpoint any location that you've previously been to. Say, for instance, you don't know where the Earth of the Gift Shrine is. If you select it, you can pinpoint that location on the map. And it points it out to you. So that way you never get lost. As you go along, you can gain more areas. And as you can see by some of the markers on the map, there are plenty more places that we haven't visited yet. So, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be using the map function often, but when I do, it'll probably be just in case you get lost, which will be rarely ever. So, the controls on the map, you pretty much scroll through what you see. But if you press R and use the directional pad, you can move the cursor around And yeah, pretty much you can point at any place you want. Now, point any other place that I can point out. Now, as you may notice, there's not a marker near the Earth Gift Shrine, and I believe that's because that's a special dungeon, and special dungeons don't really count. I don't know. Well, yeah, technically they don't count. But they are. But at least the game's nice enough to show you where they are geographically. That's nice of them. So without further ado, let us head to Provoca. And we come across some more wolves. Alright. Continuing onward, and Provoca isn't too far from here, and... Oh! This is awesome. This is funny. I'm not even gonna... This one wolf thinks he can take us. This one wolf is going, I got this. I can take these guys. Oh wait, I can't. I figured I'd show you that. Show that off. I thought that was funny. And this is our first instance of a desert, but it doesn't matter to us. And more wolves and a warg-wolf. Alright, that puts it into them. And more fucking wolves! Alright. I think I should heal Logan. Just kind of get more hurt. That should do it. I know I could have used a potion, but I'm just too lazy. And more wolves. Ah, man. Oh, there's Provoca and a Gigasworm. Well, at least it's not a fucking wolf. Finally, a little variety in this game. Finally. Alright, so here we are at Provoca. And it's overrun by pirates? Looks pretty tame. Where's the mayhem and chaos that the pirates are causing? Please help us. Help you from what? There's nothing there. It looks pretty tame. You want to know what I'm betting? This is probably what, if you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean, this is probably what Tortuga looked like before the pirates came. Those blasted pirates, they're running around looting and pillaging like they own the place. Yeah, because you can obviously tell they're looting. Being from here. So as you can see, we've come across more white and black magic, but first I'm going to get equipment for my characters. And here we have a hammer, a broadsword, a battle axe, and a scimitar. Now, in my opinion, I say go with the battle axe because I think it's a lot more stronger than the broadsword. I don't know, I think the battle axe is stronger. Usually axes are stronger, so I'm going to get that for myself. Normally I'm a sword guy, but you make do with what you get. And I'll sell that rapier. Alright, I'll come back to here to get magic, but I gotta get equipment, and okay, they're the pirate. And we'll be fighting them shortly. So, okay, here we can find this, and okay, first off, get a shield, leather shield, and 4 leather or gloves. And, finally, iron armor. Wow, usually I have to go out and fucking grind to get money, but holy shit, I think this is going to be a short episode. wrong buttons here. It's the return of me not knowing what buttons to press. No! Don't worry, I'll get more equipment for these guys. It's just that the equipment for them is kind of scarce, so we forget to sell. So, get rid of the chainmail, and that's about it. All I can do right now. So we now are going to stop at the inn before taking on the pirates. Alright. 50 gil? Oh, yeah, but this time you can actually see what happens when I actually sleep at the inn. Alright, and in typical Final Fantasy, we split into 4. Don't know how that works. And nighty-night. Wow, night flew by pretty fast. Time does not matter in the world of Final Fantasy! And... oh, I forgot. I have to get magic. Alright, it's time to get some more magic, and I can only get so much. Shit. Alright. But I guess I can tell you what magic does what. So, Blindna cures blind status, and blind status is it reduces your accuracy. Silence prevents foes from casting spells. Null Shock reduces lightning damage by half. And Invis raises one ally's evasion. I have so short amount of money. So, yeah. You know what I'm probably going to do? I'm probably going to pause the video, and when I come back, I hope to have the spells that I need, and we'll take on the pirates. Because I don't have enough money. I spent most of it on weapons and equipment. So, yeah. So, I'll see you then. And alright? This will probably take a little while. But for you guys, it probably will only be a few seconds because I'm just pausing the video and then I'll resume it after I'm done grinding for money. Okay. Alright, I'm back. I think I got all the spells that I needed, and I'll show you what all I got. So here I went and got Blindna, Null Shock, and Invis. The reason why I didn't get Silence is because you're hardly ever going to come across enemies who will cast magic, and even if they do, Silence hardly ever works, in my opinion. It works for the AI, believe me. Everything always works for the fucking AI. But, even if they do, you're probably just gonna, wail on them anyway and kill them before you even get a chance, so there's no point. It's a waste of MP, in my opinion. Alright, so I also got magic for Logan, and I got Blizzard, dealing ice damage to an enemy. Temper, which raises an ally's attack. And then there's Slow, which reduces the foe's number of attacks. So, yeah. There was also another spell called Dark, which inflicts blind status. Again, didn't bother getting it because it hardly ever works. Same with Silence, it hardly ever works. And again, it works more greatly with the AI. Again, everything always works for the fucking AI. So, and as you can see, I gained a level, and I'm going to go stop back at the inn before we take on the pirates. That'll leave me with 50 gil. I'm just gonna... Alright, now we're back. Alright, that didn't take too long. Alright, now it's time to take the pirates, and as always, I like to save, because technically this is a boss battle. So I always save before a boss, unless I can't, and I never actually talk to these guys. And just what be ye doing here? Ye wouldn't be looking to make trouble with Bicky's Biccaneers, would ye? There, that's my Empire impersonation. And he says the same thing, and we're talking to Bicky! Worst name to give a pirate ever. Couldn't think of anything creative. So they went with Bicky. Again. Really, Square Enix? Really? Alright, so we talked to Bicky. You've got cannonballs of steel to be taken on the great pirate Bicky. Keel haul him, boys! Aye, aye, Captain! We'll make their bones go crunch! Alright, and we begin the battle with 9 pirates. Okay, so pretty much for the strategy of this battle is, again, having your attackers just wail on the enemy. Have your white mage, you also do damage, but if they start getting injured, if your character started getting injured, then heal them when necessary. Now, for your black mage, have him cast Sleep. Anytime now, Logan. Cast up. There you go. And ooh, only one didn't fall asleep. You shall be the one you kill next. And after your black mages cast sleep, just wail on them with spells. Yeah, they're not a really too easy enemy to beat. It's just of the sheer numbers. Oh, that was easy. That they boast. Well, you might be able to see me cast Thunder! Or not. Thank you, Felicia. And we all gain to level 10! It's at this point Bicky shits his pants. I be most sorry, young masters. I'll be making no more fuss, I swear! I want you to take me ship for your troubles. Can you find it in your heart to forgive an old pirate? And we gained the ship, a vehicle, which allows us to cross the sea. I've had myself a change of heart. I plan to buckle down and be the hardest worker in town. You believe me, don't ye? You know, I would make a Pirates of the Caribbean reference, but I'm not gonna. So there. And well, that's the end of this episode. So I think we got a lot accomplished here. 23 minutes. It's a lot longer than I expected. So, well, 24 minutes now. So I'm going to end this part off here, and we'll continue on possibly next week. So until then, stay tuned, and this is Symphonia Fan 64, signing off.